Now the steak cooked with the grill was actually quite good and I enjoyed it. It was, you know, quite similar to something that I would have actually cooked in a pan, but actually less messy because the mess was contained in the actual grill area. So that was pretty good. And the fact that you can just, you know, bring the lid down adds that charring effect too, which I think, you know, is actually pretty damn good. So now we have come to the, you know, the situation where there's the cleanup process. I'm like, all right, Kenan, it's like one thing to actually make the steak in the actual, just pan down the grill itself. It's quite another thing to clean it, and you're absolutely right. Time was, I'd used, you know, those bleach wipe type of things that you have at the stores, but having read the instructions for this thing, they just say with a towel, wet towel, and then if you're going to use something, just, you know, dishwashing liquid. But let's just see how bad the situation here is. Is this like something out of a nightmare? Here's the moment of truth. You have the amazing steak made with this thing, and now it's actually time to clean up. Oh, I've actually got the lock on. And it's like, whoa, it's like, no way, you're gonna actually clean that? Is that even possible? Well, with the beauty of editing, let's see. I thought that probably would have been disingenuous to just click, or, you know, to just edit to the clean version like that, but I thought I'd just show you guys. So they've got this sort of new tech, which is, if you want to call it new tech, they've got the lip of the grill that sort of goes up, which allows you to scoop more of the stuff out. That becomes handy when you're actually cleaning breadcrumbs out, because I actually use this as a toaster as well, mind you. And look, get most of it out with the dry paper towel first. So I've got a bin over here, which is right behind the camera. That, you guys definitely don't need to see. And you still have like a little bit of a pasty sort of mess situation going on over here. So I'll just quickly show you guys. Whoop. As you can see already, quite a lot covered in just like that first wipe. You know, they advertise and they say that it's like a non-stick sort of surface, so this thing was definitely put through its paces without doubt. So keep wiping. And I'm someone who's very big on making sure the apparatus is cleaned properly after use as well. You know, the thing about it, I'm just like, I don't even need an actual a pan really. I mean, we'll keep like a small pan to sort of do the eggs and stuff, but really, like, you can even do it on this thing. So wow, that's mostly clean already. You should have seen this thing in the heat of it. In fact, you guys probably remember having watched the vid. Crazy the amount of the juices that were in there, but now it's mostly gone. Albeit a few paper towels later, but it is using paper towels. Amazing, fantastic. And not someone that just shirks away from this part as well. This probably you might need to actually use a bit of a wet wipe situation, but in terms of the actual grill component, after, what was that, three wipes. So, just a dry paper towel. It's actually mostly done, but I will actually use what's called the sponge now. There you go, it's mostly clean. And now I'll just use more of like the sponge as well. Again, like, I implore people to not use the these bleach wipes. They're not made for these type of things. They're good for like surface cleans of like the bench, which I'll use to clean this bench over here. I mean, quite acknowledge that the bench ain't exactly clean, but yeah, this now is great. Now with just the wipe with a paper towel to dry it, that's done. Now you want to also wipe down this part too. And I don't want to bore you guys, but as you can see, I'll just do one sort of line as an example. It does come off, so I'll just skip ahead. After a bit of a clean and all that type of stuff, and wipe down, lift the lock part there. Ta-da! Just make sure that you get all those other little areas as well. Like, you need to just clean behind the back part, sort of here, and all that type of stuff. Just the grease and all that can get sort of trapped. But yeah, this thing is now clean, and so we'll go to the reasons as to why I chose this. There's a lot of what's it called, grills out there on the market. And of Of course, there's better brands than probably, you know, this particular model here as well, but I chose this particular Sunbeam model because, you know, the price point, it was $55 AUD. Got it off Amazon, so it came delivered to my door literally the next day, which is pretty good. The fact that the cord can be wrapped under it as well, so I'll just display that point to you guys as well. Hopefully that I can get it all right in the first go. So yeah, the fact that the cord can be wrapped around nicely under it, like I haven't had, you know, toaster grills that could actually do that in the past, and I just found that to be quite helpful this time around in the purchase of a grill. And then another feature that caught my attention was this, and this is probably available, I guess, in all grills really, but you got this height adjustable thing, so I can just leave it there, as you can see. If I'm, you know, want to have it at that level, you can have it at various levels. They're saying that it's their sort of patent or patent pending, that type of thing, but I found it useful. You know, on a day-to-day basis, I'm toasting bread. With this, given the limited kitchen space that I have, this is like the, you know, the bench space in which to sort of prep stuff. You know, this actually does end up standing upright. So again, it's another reason. So price, wrap the cord around underneath it. It can actually stand upright, and it doesn't take a lot of space. So in our kitchen, I've got it to stand right over there, and no dramas whatsoever. And it just stays right there. So that's my little review over there. So it's the Sunbeam, I think it's the Café style press. It's good for 2 toasties, I guess, that type of thing. So again, on the regular, I'll be toasting my bread on there, and I just, you know, enjoy it like that. But, you know, once a week, that type of scenario, I do find myself now cooking meat on that thing too, and I'm really keen to actually see how eggs work on that as well. So I've done quite a bit of research on this particular topic, trying to get to this particular point for, you know, what's a good, you know, price, you know, or what's an economical home grill in Australia for 2023. And believe me, watched a lot of YouTube stuff, and I think it was another fellow sort of, you know, ordinary sort of reviewer that sort of helped, I guess, in my sort of decision as well. They ended up liking it as well, which is very nice to see. And you know, the proof's in the pudding. I've come to like this thing. So you guys did get to see this thing go for its paces, and believe me, I'll put it for its paces. I cooked like probably 1 kilo of lamb chops, maybe more, 1.5 kilos of lamb chops, and man, they did taste good. Probably just as good as I would have made it if I would have do it on a pan or barbecuing outside, because you do get that char grilling effect. And that's about it. So like and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And it's a bit of a handheld situation here. Need to transition again to having the GoPro, but yeah, all good. Thanks again. Bye now. And now for some post-credit sort of stuff. As you can see, definitely, well, there's a good weight to it. So, you know, 2-3 kilos easy. And yeah, nice and easy to store up here. I do realise that my tea over there's gone cold, but just reheat and have that. Gosh, Sunbeam.